guys, welcome again to the Resale Show. I'm your host, Joy Harris. I'm here with a very special guest today, Tamara Taylor, who's an associate broker. Yes. Tamara and I actually have a really special relationship because she sold me my second home, and so she is fantastic, and I'm super excited for her to give you guys some tips and point you in the right direction. So Tamara, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
No problem. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I am Tamara Taylor with Community Real Estate Group, LLC, which is an entity under Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, PenFed Realty. I've been in the business for about 15 years now, and my sweet spot and specialty is first-time home buyers. Although I do work with all age groups such as millennials, those that may be downsizing as well, or again, just looking to get a fresh start and find their first home.
And I'm just going to tell you from personal experience, Tamara is your advocate. Like, she's not the realtor who wants to push the paper and get the deal done, and she doesn't care about what you're really into and what you're looking for. She will shop and hunt and fight for the price point you want, especially for those first-time home buyers. So if you're looking for someone to sell your home, this is the person for you. And if you're looking to buy a home, this is especially the person for you. She'll get the job done, I promise.
Thank you.
So I want to just segue into some questions that typically our audience has. Sure. They're looking to either sell their home or they may be a first-time flipper. And so what do you think are a few of the trendy features that you're seeing right now that home buyers really want?
Kitchens and bathrooms. Those have always been the top-notch sellers. Everybody wants the whistles and bells in their kitchen. They have the new appliances out, the whole touchscreen refrigerators, all of the stainless steel. Those are the things you want, the wow factor. So that's what a lot of people tend to look for. Same thing with your bathrooms. The new sliding barn doors will kind of become trend now. And you can get those in your library, family room, closet doors, bathrooms, bedrooms, anywhere that you like. So those are a lot of things that are on trend. So when people are going in, they want something that's going to wow them. And those are some of the bigger things that, kind of taking over right now.
So those are kind of your items that you want to spend the money on if you're going to sell your home. Put it in those tech gadgets as opposed to in other places.
Well, and it's twofold because sometimes you can spend a little money there, but also one of the biggest factors when you're looking to sell is decluttering. Because sometimes, the tech gadgets are awesome and wonderful, especially if they're going to be leaving the appliances because of the cost of them. Some people choose to want to take those with them. So the biggest things that you also want to look at is decluttering. Because your space has to be presentable. Staging is very important because having a stager come in, they can properly align your furniture, kind of get the whole feel for the room and give it that wow factor as well. Getting a pre-home inspection also is helpful because then you're already tackling and addressing some of the issues that ahead of the game and being proactive instead of reactive and getting a home inspection at the time when the buyer does. So at least you already can anticipate some of the things that you want to have done. That's also helpful because now when you put your home on the market, you can also note that you've already had a home inspection and these are some of the things that have already been resolved within that inspection.
I've never thought about actually having a pre-inspection as a part that makes your home more appealing. So I just want to circle back to something you said about staging. Is it worth the investment to bring in a professional stager? Can I just watch some HGTV videos and figure out how to do it? Or is it kind of a knack and a skill how spaces appeal more to buyers? What's your advice on that?
It's a knack and a skill. So paying someone, yes, it does, because on average having your home staged actually reduces time on market. So a lot of people feel like they don't want to invest in that. However, when you're looking at the flip side, having your home sit on the market for 60, 90, 120 days versus having a stager coming in, helping you even with your own furniture, telling you what things to take out, how to properly declutter, how to freshen up. You can spend minimal money to do so.
So my next question is about the pre-inspection.
Yes.
Is that something, if I get it done in advance, that you have to tell the realtor to put on your listing, or how does that work?
So typically when you get the pre-home inspection, as the seller, it works in your benefit.
Okay.
Because that inspector will come in and let you know everything that's going on. How often do we actually go on the roof of a home? How often do we go under the house to know if there are any issues? So whatever issues are found, it works to your advantage to go ahead and remediate those things.
Okay.
So that way when the realtor lists that property, they can already say pre-home inspection was completed. We can share a copy. That way you can disclose all of the findings of that home inspection. But then it also helps you as the seller to make sure that you can get top dollar, because now you've already addressed a lot of the issues that may be potentially creeping on the backside.
Okay, that makes sense. And so my last kind of wrap-up question for you is, what are the things that you see sellers do that is a don't do, buyers hate it, it automatically slows down the process of selling your home?
The biggest thing interior-wise would be paint and not having it properly presentable, clean. And it doesn't have to be, you know, of course if you're living in a home, but presentation is everything. So when you walk in, you want to have a clean space. You don't want to walk in and you see stuff all over everywhere, food on the countertops or food left out. Those are the biggest things interior wise, because again, we're going in visualizing.
Right.
On the back end, we want to make sure when we are negotiating for any repairs that need to be done, because a pre-home inspection is only a recommendation. So it's not required. So if you want to wait and say, hey, I'll just wait for that buyer, they can do their own inspection, let me know what needs to be done. At the end, that may, you know, delay closing, could possibly or potentially delay closing, depending on what is found. So hypothetically, if there's any type of growth or mildew or anything under the crawl space, the sellers want to make sure they remediate that immediately, because it can take a little bit of time. And then it gives time for the buyer to come back and do a re-inspect to make sure that those items have been modified and corrected properly. So the quicker the seller is able to stay on top of things, it makes it a little bit easier to make sure that closing is not delayed because of anything on the seller's aspect. Now, of course, on the buyer's aspect, there could be some loan things and, you know, things of that nature, which is why I have a team of experts that I work very closely with to make sure that we're working through any kinks and staying on top and working together to make sure that we won't have any delays in closing and can get to the buyer to their delivery date on time.
Right. And like I said before, Tamara, I mean, she dots all I's, crosses all T's. She fights for you and what your needs are and the price point that you want to get. You have to listen to her. But she definitely works hard to make sure that her clients are happy. And I'm happy to be one of them. So Tamara, tell the folks where they can find you on all your social media.
Sure, you can find me on Facebook under Community Real Estate Group, LLC. And you can find me on Instagram under Community Realtor.
Thanks again for watching, guys. Tune in next time for the Resale Show every Monday at noon.